Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be making this project. It's called the blinking light spinner. You see how that works right there? And then you have the little blinking light right here. Alright, let's get to building this. The tools you'll need are scissors, you'll need your needle nose pliers, a hammer or a rock or anything else that you can hammer with. And you'll need your hot glue gun, some tape, and I believe that's it. And in your kits, you'll have your base. Your base is gonna have a little hole drilled out, so make sure you find that hole and it faces up. You have a plate with a hole in it. Well, it's a set of plates actually. You have your decorations, a big piece of cardboard, you have some alligator clips, two smaller pieces of cardboard, you have a little battery, a button battery, a nail, a piece of glue, your LED, your motor, your batteries, and your battery pack. Alright, so we'll start with the base. So move all this off to the side. Alright, and we'll grab our plate. You'll notice that there's a hole in the plate. That is the center. And we want to get some hot glue onto these two pieces of cardboard. Alright, we want to sandwich them together. Just like that. So now you have a nice thick piece of cardboard. This is going to act as your washer and bearing so that your plate can ride smoothly on the top of your piece of wood right here, your base. So we'll glue this on, just like that. So you end up with something like this. Notice that I glued it to the bottom of this smaller plate. You want the larger plate sticking up like this. Ready? Okay, then you grab your nail. You're gonna pierce a hole right through the cardboard. You just push through, just like that. And you got that done. All right. The next step is to put the nail inside that pre-drilled hole that we did for you. Push it in. Okay, once you put your plate and your nail inside of the little hole, you'll see that it's protruding a little bit. So you want to grab your rock, your hammer, anything hard, even a soup can would work, right? And you want to hit this down until it's about that far away. It's a really small amount. It's about a quarter of an inch sticking out. You don't want to push it in all the way down because then your plate won't spin. Ready? And make sure it spins freely. You test that out like that. Alright. I'm gonna push mine in a little tiny bit more. Right, there we go. Awesome. Okay, next up is the motor and your circuitry. So you can grab your battery pack and your alligator clips. Like that. Your battery pack will be pre-stripped. And then we're gonna attach these wires, these leads, to the alligator clips. You can stick it in through the back and then flip over the excess wire. And you can kind of twist it together, just like that. And then you grab your pliers and you can squeeze these. This little tube end. Squeeze it down, and that'll hold it in place. So there's one. Let's do the next one. Just like that. And there we go. So the best way to store this battery pack is by clipping one of the alligator clips onto the plastic wire of the other one. Just like that. That way you don't have a short circuit. Right, you put in your batteries, just like this, and that's ready. So now you go back to your base, and you'll notice that one of the sides sticks out. It protrudes a little bit more than the other one. This is the side that you want the motor to be on. So you grab your motor, grab your glue stick, and you put it on just like this. Kind of squeeze it on. Not all the way, but almost all the way. Make sure it moves freely. Your glue stick does have a pre-drilled hole in it. Makes it a little bit easier for you. And then note the little vents on the motor. You do not want to put glue over these vents. You want to put glue on the other side. So you put a bunch of hot glue on this. And then you stick it onto your base. Right, you want to align the top of the motor with the top of the base. Right, you don't want it to be a little bit too low or too high, because then your rubber band will slip off. And I'll show you that right now. Alright, let's grab our rubber band. Stretch it out like this a little bit.
Alexa Andrade, please report to the attendance office. Alexa Andrade, please report to the attendance office.
Okay, so next up, you grab your rubber band. You want to pre-stretch it. And then you put it over the motor, right between the glue stick and the body of the motor. And then you wrap it around the plate, just like that. You can test it to make sure it's moving. And I can already tell my motor is not aligned with my plate. So I'm gonna rip it off, just like that, and reattach it. It's not a big deal. It's pretty easy to reattach. So now I'm gonna put it up a little bit higher than what it used to be. Let me fish out my rubber band, just like that. And see that? Now everything moves smoothly. All right, next up, our battery pack. We're gonna glue it all into this side right here. Just make sure that your leads can reach your motor. Just like that. And now you can start plugging everything in. So there's one right here on this side of the motor. And we've done this before, so you should be pretty familiar with it. See that? So right now, spinning this direction. Let's say I want to make it spin the opposite direction. Take off the lead. We're gonna switch the location. So instead of this black lead being on this bottom side, it's gonna go on top, and the red one's gonna go on the bottom. And now you're gonna switch your direction. See that? Let's go back around. There you go. Okay, so now this is kind of the basis of our, like, we're kind of done. Next up is decorating. So you can decorate with a Christmas tree, right? You can make just a little scene, whatever you want it to be. Just a little monito, right? No, it doesn't have to be a Christmas tree, it could be whatever you want. For this one, I'm gonna add little pom-pom creatures. Okay, there's my little figures, my little creatures. Let's test them out. Yeah, it's like a carnival ride. All right, now we're gonna make one of these guys blink and light up. So you grab your LED, and you'll notice that there's a long leg and a short leg. That's because the LED cares which direction, it cares about the polarity of the battery. You have a battery with a positive side and a negative side. So we're gonna put the long leg on the positive side. You'll see a little cross. And we'll put the short leg on the negative side. And it'll start blinking like this. So now you can attach it to whatever you want. It could be like that. Right, you can tape it on. You can glue it on, but then it'd be hard to turn off, so I suggest tape. So I'm gonna tape these together, the LED and the battery, just like that. And then I'm gonna grab more tape. Like that. Put it on the back of this little dude. And I have a spinning little thing. Just like that. So this is very similar to how bicycles work. You have your front pedals, and you're pedaling really fast. You're trying to go uphill really fast. Well, you're pedaling really fast to try and go uphill, right? And this is hardly spinning. This is you pedaling, and this barely spins, right? That's because of this pulley system that we have right here. So there's a big circle right here and a tiny little circle right here. Same thing as your bicycle, right? Your back sprocket's really small, your front one's really big. So it changes the torque, right? The amount of force that you have between this little circle and this huge circle compared to it. So now, if you put pressure on this, you'll notice that this little tiny motor is pushing a whole lot right here. Let me show you. It has a lot of force behind it. Look at that. Versus this little tiny one, you can kind of stop it easier. This one doesn't want to stop, this big. It's like a lever. But yeah, hope you enjoy it and get really creative with these. Okay, to store this, you want to grab your LED. You can pop it off, right, and then just store it away with tape or put it away somewhere safe. And then your battery pack, again, you should have one of the leads, one of these alligator clips, clip onto the plastic of the other one. You could clip onto here, clip onto there, as long as they're not touching, because if they're touching, it'll create a short circuit, right? So I'm gonna store it like this, and then when you wanna come back to it, you can grab your LED, stick it right back in there. You're ready to have more fun. Yeah, enjoy.